This is Dr. Nazir Hussain. I am a professor of international relations. I remained as the Dean of Social Sciences at Qadim University and Director, School of Politics and International Relations at Qadim University. Currently, I'm a member board of directors at the Regional Center for Studies, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Pakistan has been a very important figure in the Muslim world. Middle East is important in three ways. One, because it's an historical place for Pakistan. The most ever places of Makkah and Medina are there. So Pakistan is automatically ideologically attached to that. And since its inception of Pakistan, the Palestinian issue has been there. So Pakistan is attached to that because of the concern of the Ummah and because of Pakistan's own concern vis-a-vis Kashmir is concerned. Pakistan has been always handicapped because of the two factors. One factor is that Pakistan has to balance itself between Saudi Arabia and Iran because both are the rival and the contender in the power politics of Middle East. Secondly, whenever there is an involvement of any country in Middle Eastern conflict, Pakistan is automatically taken to granted that it will support certain kind of either Iran or Saudi Arabia. So Pakistan has remained in a dilemma that in any war, and especially in two wars, in Yemen war of 2005, Pakistan was asked to join, but Pakistan refused. But before that, in the Gulf War in 1991, Pakistan did participate in the Gulf War. One is a geopolitical reality because Pakistan has a 900-kilometer border with Iran, which cannot change. Pakistan has a border trade with Iran. Pakistan's major port, which is being developed in Gwadar, its electricity, 200 megawatt, is being supplied by Iran. Petroleum products are there. That's the geopolitical reality. But on the other hand, Saudi Arabia is the economic reality, financial reality. 4 million Pakistanis are living and earning their livelihood in Gulf states, especially in Saudi Arabia. So annually, approximately 8 to 12 billion dollar are being sent by Pakistanis back to. So Pakistan has to be very careful in dealing with Saudi Arabia and Iran in its strategic balance. Pakistan has been a victim of terrorism for a very long time because of the Afghanistan crisis and because of Kashmir issues. So Pakistan is very cognizant of its involvement in the counterterrorism to learn from the experiences in Iraq, in Iran, in Saudi Arabia, and in other countries, especially in Syria, that how they have been able to cope with ISIS and other such factors which are important in the security of any country. Yes, there's two. Basically, one was the mediation between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Once the Chinese wanted to get themselves involved, initially it was Pakistan who started this process, but then Oman and Iraq took over. One is this recent case. The other is back in 1997. If you recall and remember, there was a extraordinary Islamic summit in Pakistan, and then Iran and Saudi Arabia were at daggers drawn, but then Pakistan tried to mediate between the two countries, and eventually Pakistan was able to succeed. Pakistan is always taken as the first Muslim state who has developed nuclear weapon, who possesses a nuclear weapon. So there's already a psychological phenomenon attached to certain countries in the Middle East. But please remember that Pakistan strategic asset, which is nuclear and missile technology, is purely for Pakistan's national security reason, not for any other country. I have already spoken to that more than 4 million Pakistanis are living in the Gulf Arab states, and only in Saudi Arabia, 8 to 12 billion dollars are being sent back. If we include the Gulf states, which are the Arab Gulf states, GCC states, then it assumes to $15 billion. So Pakistan has a very larger stakes, but unfortunately, these laborers are unskilled as compared with other countries. So we have to take care for that. That now the modern technologies, AI, IA, etc., they are demanding that Pakistani workforce should be at least skilled worker where their continuity of jobs will continue. Otherwise, the indigenous process is going on and these Pakistanis may come back. So that can be another problem for Pakistan. Pakistan has been right from the very beginning supporting the cause of the Palestinian on two reasons. One, the Palestinians have been thrown away from their own land, and two, because of the Kashmir case. So Pakistan was always right that Palestinians have the right to exist. There's a two-state solution to the Middle Eastern conflict, particularly for the Palestinian case, and therefore this right of Palestinian, which is called the self-determination under UN resolution under UN Security Council resolution must be implemented, and Palestinians must be given their statehood, which has been granted, enshrined by the UN resolutions. Pakistan has a one-to-one with vis-a-vis the United States of America is concerned. Yes, Pakistan's policy is influenced through United States of America on China, but not on Middle East. Though Pakistan is being influenced by one factor, which is the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline. America is insisting that Pakistan should not go ahead, but Pakistan's best national security interest is that this Iran-Pakistan pipeline should go forward and may become the IPC, Iran, Pakistan and China gas pipeline in the future if Pakistan can sustain the pressure of the United States of America. Pakistan, I think as an analyst, as an expert in Middle East, I must say that Pakistan should not involve itself into the Middle Eastern conflict in any way. Pakistan is already embroiled in Afghanistan, in India, and within our own country in terms of terrorism. So it is advisable that Pakistan should not take any sort of any role in the Middle East. Yes, in mediation, in diplomatic and political maneuvers, efforts, Pakistan must support the peace efforts, but otherwise physically or militarily, it should not involve itself. It is very important that Chinese BRI is based on Pakistan's Gwadar port. From Gwadar it will go to Oman, from Oman it will go to Yemen, from Yemen it will go to Djibouti. So Pakistan is a very important part of the BRI project of the Chinese. And if Pakistan is successful in implementing the CPEC, which is going on under certain pressures, so Pakistan would be instrumental in furthering the BRI project and BRI concept or a vision of the Chinese in order to build its rail network, its road network, not only in Pakistan but in Middle East and beyond Middle East into Africa. I think it is Pakistan's domestic issues, mainly the political and economic stability. If Pakistan is economically and politically strong and stable, I think Pakistan can have its own independent national security policy, which is based on its own national security interest. Otherwise, Pakistan would always be compromised because we are relying on Saudi Arabia for hard cash, for oil, and on Iran for other such things. So if Pakistan is politically and economically stable, Pakistan can have a best option policy for its safeguarding its own national security interest.